There is a strange, almost magnetic pull toward objects that fit perfectly in the palm of a human hand. Throughout history, we've been obsessed with miniaturization. From the pocket watch to the original transistor radio, there is a specific kind of power that comes from having the world's most advanced technology shrunk down to a size that feels personal, intimate, and effortless. For years, the tech industry told us that bigger was better. They gave us massive phones that stretched our pockets and giant tablets that required a backpack to carry. But while the world was looking at the giants, a small, dedicated cult of users was waiting for a ghost. They were waiting for the one device that defies the laws of the modern, plus-sized era. Welcome to my channel Tech Launch. Subscribe my channel and click on the bell icon for the new tech updates. Today, that wait doesn't just end, it explodes. This is the iPad Mini 8. And if you think this is just a smaller version of the tablets you've seen before, you are fundamentally mistaken. This is perhaps the most dangerous device Apple has ever built, because it is the first one designed to disappear. Think about your relationship with technology for a second. We are constantly tethered to these massive glowing rectangles. We sit at desks with 32-inch monitors, we carry 6.7-inch Pro Max phones, and we use laptops that weigh us down. But the iPad Mini 8 represents a rebellion. It is the Goldilocks of silicon. It is the only device on the planet that is large enough to be a serious workstation, yet small enough to be forgotten until the exact second you need it. But Apple didn't just shrink an iPad Air and call it a day. No, they did something far more calculated. They realized that the iPad Mini occupies a space that no other device can touch, the space of flow. When you pick up the iPad Mini 8, the first thing you notice isn't the weight, or lack thereof, it's the texture. Apple has introduced a new, liquid titanium alloy for the chassis. It feels warmer than the cold aluminum of previous generations, more organic. The bezels have been shaved down to the absolute limit of human ergonomics. If they were any thinner, you wouldn't be able to hold it without triggering the screen. If they were any thicker, it would feel dated. It's a precision that feels almost surgical. But the real magic starts the moment the screen comes to life. We are looking at the first ever tandem OLED Super Retina display on a device this size. In the past, the Mini was always the neglected middle child when it came to screen technology. Not anymore. This display hits 2000 nits of peak brightness. You could be sitting in the direct, harsh sunlight of a California desert, and the text would still look like it was printed on the glass with ink. But why does this matter? Why are people so obsessed with an 8.3-inch screen in a world of 13-inch monsters? It's because of the mental friction theory. Every time you pull out a large tablet, it's a commitment. You have to sit down. You have to adjust your posture. You have to dedicate your hands to it. The iPad Mini 8 removes that friction. It is the digital equivalent of a pocket notebook, but with the processing power of a high-end MacBook Pro. Under the hood, we aren't looking at a binned or light chip. Apple has done the unthinkable and shoved the A19 Pro, the same silicon destined for the next generation of iPhones, directly into this frame. This leads us to a question that most reviewers are afraid to ask. Is this a tablet, or is this the future of the phone? In the United States, we've seen a massive surge in digital minimalism.